Hello everyone and welcome to our channel NetLogic. My name is Advocate Rajesh Pingle and today we are going to talk about Big Basket data breach case. So let's talk about it as a case study and what exactly happened and what it means for all of us as the customers of Big Basket. First of all, let's understand how or let's contemplate how big the data breach was. The data breach was so huge that almost 2 crore user database was affected by it, or the database of 2 crore users was compromised. Now, what data was compromised specifically? Let's talk about it from the perspective of our personal information, our phone numbers, our name, our postal addresses, the password hash, the pin codes, almost everything was hacked from our names to our full addresses to the email addresses, everything. We all know that we also save our sensitive personal information with these e-commerce companies. Let's take an example of our credit card or debit card information. For convenience purpose, obviously, we save all these cards on these e-commerce services portal on these e-commerce portals. Now, was that data also compromised? As per Big Basket, as per their press release, they are specifically saying that that data wasn't compromised. But we are not sure about it. We don't know what exactly went and what was compromised. So, what precautions you should take? What does it mean for all of us? Do we have a law in place which protects our personal information, or we are living in a lawless state wherein our personal information doesn't mean anything so as to have a specific or a different law altogether for it? So let's talk about it. Currently, we only have Information Technology Act which protects our sensitive personal information. We have reasonable security practices and procedures in place, but we do not have a separate legislation to protect our personal data or personal information yet in India. So, obviously, there is a dire need for that law to come into existence and protect our personal information. Now, should we store our uh, financial information or credit card or debit card data with these e-commerce portals? I'm not going to say that don't store your information, because obviously we all know that it is convenient, but at the same time we should evaluate these e-commerce portals properly, then go ahead and then store our personal information or sensitive personal information with them. I won't say that XYZ company is very secure, because 100% security is a myth. Tomorrow, even if you are storing your sensitive personal information with a very good reputed company which uh, uh, which is investing millions of dollars or crores of rupees on their cybersecurity, won't get hacked, because that's simply not possible to protect your servers 100%. It is there is always a possibility that it can get compromised. What you can do, you can try as much, but there is no 100% security. First, let's understand this. It is up to you whether to store that information with a particular company or a particular e-commerce portal. Now, in this case, uh, I would specifically say that what steps you can take uh, after this is, you can expect phishing calls, you can expect phishing emails, because first of all, your personal information was gone, your phone numbers are available on the darknet, your email addresses are available on the darknet. The price which was quoted on the darknet for all the data was around $40,000. That roughly comes to 30 lakh rupees if you convert it into an INR. And so, what does it mean? That you can expect phishing calls, phishing emails, your complete addresses were also gone. So, there might be fake delivery calls or fake delivery executives coming to your doorsteps and asking for all sorts of information from you. So you need to be very careful about it. You need to change your debit card and credit card pins immediately. If you're not sure what you can do, an extra step is you can contact your bank, you can block your card, and you can change your debit card or credit card altogether. Then what you can do next is, if you have transacted by using your UPI application, then you can change the UPI pin. You can change uh, the password of your email addresses, and do not pay any heed to spam emails or phishing emails and phishing messages, because in the next few days or next coming months, believe me, you are going to get a lot of spam messages, a lot of phishing messages, a lot of phishing emails. And the only way to protect yourself from these emails, from these messages, is to be vigilant about it and to read those messages or to read those emails properly before clicking on any URL or before basically believing that message and transferring money to any person whatsoever. So you can take all these basic precautions. Now, very briefly, I would like to also touch on a topic that still we do not have a Personal Data Protection Act in place. So I urge the government also to work on the same, to keep aside the differences in the between the political parties, and to pass the law immediately to protect our citizens. Because if you see the sheer uh, amount of data which was compromised, it's almost 2 crore users. So it's huge, which needs protection from law, or which needs a specific law which protects its citizens. So I urge our government as well. As always, stay safe and stay secure. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you found this information useful, then please subscribe to our channel for more and more videos about cybercrime and cybercrime safety and awareness. Thank you so much.